This video is a reminder for anybody who feels like they are behind when it comes to missing some sort of wave, like whether it was drop shipping or e-commerce or really anything. This is for you, Thomas. Thomas commented on one of my last videos, and I wanted to make this video for him because he asked, and he was basically commenting saying like, I am a gardener and Amazon driver. And by the way, I literally bruised my own nose putting one of these little strips, these little nasal strips. My kids got them for something. And I was like, oh, I've never tried this out. Let me like put it on. They got it because they've had like stuffy noses and stuff. And I literally was like, man, this thing kind of hurts. And it turns out I ended up bruising my own nose. But let me check the sound. Yep, we're good to go. All right. But this video is for you, Thomas. You were asking, like I feel like I missed the wave when it comes to drop shipping and e-commerce, and I feel like I'm behind. I feel like it's too late to start now. And what I'd say to that is, when the whole reason I made this channel is so that people can see, if you learn certain skills in marketing specifically, it lends itself to almost bend reality to your will, because you then learn success, and all the success that a lot of those people in dropshipping had. Did it have to do with market factors? Yes. Were TikTok or were Meta ads and tactics and stuff easier then and less competition? Absolutely. But at the end of the day, we now have more knowledge. There's more people sharing information, free information on the internet. And at the end of the day, it boils down to tactics. And that's a lot of what I like talk about here on this channel. And I have a newsletter that I'm coming out with where I'll basically like drop each week like breakdowns of brands and their marketing, and like stores doing between 6 and 7 figures a year, showing how they can double their revenue. Not to say that it's for sure going to work every time, but to say tactically, there's new customers, frequency of that they buy, and then average order value. And so with those three levers, you can essentially look at any business and say, how do we have to grow it from there? So Thomas, to answer your question, if you're not behind, I just think you probably can just invest more time into learning. I'm about to put out like I had made this whole free course. I'm putting it out here on YouTube pretty soon here for free. And then you can like opt into get it delivered to your inbox if that's easier for you. But that basically breaks down like, what is your cost to acquire a new customer? If you were to get a store, how much can you spend based on your unit economics, meaning like what you're going to charge for it minus cost of delivery, meaning product costs, any discounts you give, shipping costs to the factory, from the factory, and any charges from like Shopify and stuff like that. And learning like, okay, here's what I can spend to acquire a customer. What channel am I going to use to get those customers? Am I going to go organic or am I going to go paid? Is like the top level decision. Do you have an audience or do you not? If you don't have an audience, you're probably going to go paid. If you have to go paid, then you understand, what can I spend to get, what does my cost per click need to be? What does my conversion rate need to be on that traffic? And then you can figure out like, does this make sense? And so I would say, I would encourage you to get to that place, because when you can understand that it's really just a set of principles that you can learn and a set of skills that you can learn that allow you to bend reality to your will, or figure out, hey, this opportunity that I'm looking at, it isn't possible. So whether you're going to sell like even these nose strips, I was actually talking to a guy with an e-commerce store like a couple years back who was selling these, and he was trying to compete with hostage tape as well, with like some of the mouth tape stuff. But like when you get to that level and you say, hey, does it make sense to sell this nasal strip on Shopify based on what it costs to get a click from Meta? Then you maybe realize, hey, it's actually not. But what product is worth it? And you maybe discover like plants have more of a higher perceived value, but the cost of fake plants, but they have a lower cost to make. So then you begin to I would say just ask questions. Just like you asked me a question. Continue to ask questions, and those questions will lead you to the answers. It's something I've been talking to my wife a lot about like just the power of asking the right questions, and that leading you down a path of discovering more of the right answers. And a lot of our turmoil and our I think pain in life comes from not asking questions and accepting something as our own inadequacy or inability to do something. And maybe that's where you are right now. I don't have enough context, but it sounds like you were saying, I don't want to keep doing what I'm doing, and I want to level up. I want to change the trajectory of my life and what I'm doing, and I want to know if e-commerce is a thing that I can do to do that. It absolutely is. And this channel is all about that. So whether you go in-house and work with a brand, whether you work with an agency, or whether you work on your own thing, all three of those can yield really great results. In the situation that you're in, I would recommend learning the skill by working at an agency or working on the brand side. I think there's benefits to both. Let me know in the video in the bottom if you would want to learn the benefits of brand side versus agency, and I can break that down. I've been at an agency and basically ran the agency, and I was managing roughly 5 million across the portfolio to $7 million of media spend a month. And so I understand that side, everything from creative copywriting to all of the ads to landing pages and everything in between. Or I've been on the brand side in-house. So I have seen both sides. I think there's pros and cons to both. And had also done my own consulting in the past as well. So I think that where you're at, it sounds like you have a curiosity to step into e-commerce. I recommend you do it. I would hope to see you do it. Let me know if there's anything I can do to help. Hit me up at joe@double-my-e-commerce, and I would be glad to hop on a call and kind of guide you through it if there's any questions I can answer. And just appreciate you reaching out. I think a lot of times that's half the battle, is just saying like, hey, I'm kind of stuck and I would love to know how I move forward from here. But hope you had a great day at work today. Hope you have a great day at work tomorrow. I will say that, I was working at Taco Bell for many years. When I got out, I actually ended up in jail, in Orange County jail for a little over a year. And when I ended up getting out after almost facing a 15-year prison sentence, I ended up working at Taco Bell for a couple years. And it's a story for another video, but I basically was there and kind of learning marketing nights and weekends on Craigslist, getting clients, and then basically just watching YouTube videos and learning from people. And it just hit me like that's where I learned a lot of this stuff. And it's taken me like 10 years to start making my own videos, but that's where I've learned so much from other people. And I have been just so grateful because I had a kid really young. My wife and I, who are still together, we had a kid really young, and I didn't have a lot of time. I needed to go make money now. I didn't have time to just go to school. So I was like, let me learn something really that I can do that I'm passionate about, because I grew up doing graffiti, got into design, and just one thing led to another and just kept asking questions. And that journey never has stopped. And so I would encourage you to just continue doing what you're doing, Thomas. You're on the right path. Keep asking questions. And let me know if there's anything I can do to help you on your journey. But you definitely did not miss the drop shipping wave. Is it harder now? Absolutely. But are there more tools and tactics and strategies and free things out there? Absolutely. So at the end of the day, it's still about understanding the principles, understanding how, if you're good enough to execute on those principles. And if there's something you don't know, just look it up and learn and humble yourself to do that. And that's what this channel is all about. So appreciate you reaching out. If you have any more questions, just let me know. Drop them in the comments below if you're watching this, and let me know how I can serve you on your journey to becoming a D2C marketer, growing your own store yourself. Joe signing out. Appreciate all of you. Oh, and don't forget to check out one of these videos before you head out if they interest you. If the YouTube algorithm is giving it to you and it's the right video, go ahead and check it out. Peace.